wave equation in terms of F, or wave equation in terms of electric vector potential. So F is the electric vector potential and M is the magnetic current. J is taken to be 0. So solving this equation, we get the solution for F in terms of M. That is the magnetic current source. So the solution, we have to do the integration. So, and how do we find F from F is by this equation, And how do you find EF? EF is equal to? Yes, I can't hear you. Hello? Hello, I didn't hear you. EF is equal to minus 1 by epsilon or curl of F. EF minus 1 by epsilon. So that we have seen. So solving this, you get F, and from that F you get HF and EF. Okay. So if you have both E and magnetic current as well as electric current, then the solution A will be like this. We have to see this solution. We'll see this later. And F is given by this. Okay. And when we have EF, E and HA, you find using A, and EF and HF you find F using due to F. Now the total resultant field E is equal to EA plus EF. That is when both electric current as well as magnetic current is present. E is equal to EA plus EF, and H is equal to HA plus HF. Then both electric current and magnetic current are present. Sorry, electric current and magnetic current are present. Okay. So E is given by this complete expression complete expression, and we have both electric current as well as magnetic current. And the complete expression for H is given by this. So any questions till now? This is page 7 of what I sent to you. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now we'll see the solution of the inhomogeneous vector potential wave equation. So we have seen the vector wave equation. Okay. So let us consider first A due to electric current only. Consider an infinitely source with current density Jz. With current density Jz, which is placed at the origin XY of XYZ coordinate system. So we have a point current source. The direction of current is along Z direction. So J is equal to Z cap into AZ cap into JZ. X and Y components are not considered because we are considering only one direction of current flow. Okay. Assuming that current density is directed along Z axis JZ, only AZ component of the vector potential will exist. Why only AZ component of the vector potential will exist? Because you know the equation. Del square AZ plus K square AZ is equal to minus mu J. When right hand side has only Z component, left hand side also should have only Z component. But the right hand side has only Z component. The right hand side has only Z. The left hand side also should have only Z component. So we have the inhomogeneous vector wave equation. Del square AZ plus K square AZ is equal to minus mu JZ. So the vector sign is removed throughout. Okay, because AZ cancels throughout, you nullify it. So you get this equation in terms of AZ. K square AZ is equal to minus mu J. Now, in any point other than the source, that means in the region around the source, there is no source. In the region around the source, there is no source. So, if the source is removed from, we have del square AZ plus K square AZ is equal to 0. So, any point other than the source, we have del square AZ plus K square AZ is equal to 0. This is equation number 2. Any questions till now? Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Since the current is in point AZ, will not have a function of theta and phi. See, for a fixed R, it is a fixed R is a sphere. and you have different values. You can choose different points on the surface of the sphere by changing the values of theta and phi. Now, whatever theta and phi you take, different theta and phi you take, it sees an identical situation as the source is concerned. For a fixed star, whatever theta and phi you take, for a fixed star, whatever theta and phi you take, it sees an identical situation as far as source is concerned. Because why? Because source is a point source. Source is a point source. And the direction we have already taken by Jz and Az. Okay, Jz and Az. But regarding theta, for a fixed star, whatever theta and phi you take, the point sees an identical situation. All the different points sees an identical situation as the source is concerned, because source is a point source located at the origin. Okay, so Az will not be a function of theta and phi. Az will be a function of r, because for r, different r, the distance from the source is different. For different r, distance from the source is different. So Az is definitely a function of r, but Az is not a function of theta and phi. Az is not a function of theta and phi. Okay, so since the source is a point, Az will be a function of direction theta and phi in spherical coordinate system. So vector potential A is only a function of r. Vector potential A is only a function of r. Az is equal to Az of r. R is the radial distance from the point source. So any questions till now?
No, sir.
Any questions? Hello, yes, tell me. No questions, right? Hello.
No, sir.
Is the voice clear now today? Voice very clear?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Okay, thank you. So we will go to slide number 9. Okay, so if you expand del square Az of r, so in spherical coordinates, you have to see the expansion for del square Az in spherical coordinates. If you go to the textbook Balanis, okay, go through the index, you will have the expansion for del square Az. Even otherwise, you have seen the expansion of del square in EMW. I don't know whether you know it now or not, but you have gone through you have been introduced to del square A, okay, in EMW. Also, this del square A expansion is given in the Balanis book index. I don't know the index number, but it is given in one of the vectors are given in a separate index. Okay, vectors. So the expansion of del square A is given. So now we'll see del square Az of r plus k square Az of r is equal to 0. This is the vector wave equation in terms of A, or vector wave equation in terms of magnetic vector potential. Okay, so del square is like this expansion. The derivative with respect to theta and phi is 0. Derivative with respect to theta and phi is 0, because Az is not a function of theta and phi. Az is a function of only r. Expansion of del square in spherical coordinates is given like this. Expansion of del square in spherical coordinates is given like here. The function A is missing here. It has given only del square. You have to add A every point. A and A. Okay. So since A is A or Az is not a function of theta and phi, these two components will be 0, and you have only this. So if you expand that, okay, 1 by r square del plus k square Az of r is equal to 0. So you get this equation 4. Please go through till equation 4. If you have any questions, ask me. Any questions? Please go through equation till equation 4. Any questions? Hello, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Good. So now this solution of equation 4, there can be two solutions. AZ second order differential, it has two solutions. If you solve this equation, you have two solutions for AZ. One is AZ1 and one is AZ2. One is C1 into e raised to power minus jkr by r. Another one is C2 into e raised to power plus jkr by r. So now what does this represent? E to the power of minus jkr. You have seen this is a solution of the wave equation. E to the power of minus jkr. So it represents a wave. This represents a wave traveling in the positive r direction. Because why? If you see e raised to power minus j beta z would give a wave traveling in the positive z direction. Minus j beta z will give. Beta is nothing but k here. Beta is nothing but k. Okay. Beta is 2 pi by lambda. C is equal to f lambda, and this k is also to beta 2 pi by lambda. Okay. So one of the solutions gives a wave traveling in the positive r direction. Now another solution is e to the power of plus jkr by r. This should represent wave traveling in the negative r direction. Negative r direction. So do you think both of the solutions can exist simultaneously? Phi A and phi B both can exist. Can it exist simultaneously?
No, sir.
Phi B cannot be a solution because we can't have a wave traveling towards the source. Wave should be traveling away from the source. Okay. So this cannot be, AZ2 cannot be a solution for wave equation. AZ2 cannot be a solution for wave equation. Now we have to find what is C2. Okay. AZ2, C2. This is not a possible solution. AZ1 is equal to C1 into e raised to power minus jk by r by r. Okay. So this represents wave traveling in the positive r direction, phi A. So this is an acceptable solution. So that's what is given here. So wave should be traveling outward, not inward. So ignore the solution phi B. Okay, so we will go to equation page number 10. Have you understood page number 9? So we have to find C1. What is C1? Okay. So have you understood this page number 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll go to page number 10. So the solution for the wave equation, what we got is AZ is C1 e to the power of minus jkr. Now we'll consider the static case. Static case means the field, the frequency is 0. Static case means omega is 0. Frequency is 0. So 2 pi by lambda, the wave is not propagating. So k is 0. Frequency is 0. There is a static case. So AZ takes the form C1 by r. If you substitute k is equal to 0, then frequency is 0, wave is not propagating. Because when the frequency is varying only, you get a magnetic field. If there is electric field, you get a magnetic field and magnetic field. So only wave is propagating when if k is not 0, wave is not propagating. This is the static case, DC. So if you substitute k is equal to 0 here, you get AZ as C1 by r. Okay. For dynamic time varying case is C1 by r into e raised to power minus jkr. So static AZ into e raised to power minus e to the power of jkr will give the dynamic case. That means for time varying fields. For time varying fields, static AZ into e raised to power minus jkr. Static AZ, static means DC. Okay. Now assume that source is present at x dash, y dash, z dash, and k is 0. The wave equation is source and k is 0. That means DC case. Del square AZ is equal to minus mu jz. If k is 0, then the wave equation turns out to be like this. Okay. Equation, call this as equation 8. Now the equation of this you have already this has been already discussed in EMW. Equation of this form is del square phi. Phi Az is a scalar now because it has only one component, z component. Del square phi is equal to minus rho by E. This equation and this equation is similar. This is the equation for static case, and we have another equation which we have seen in EMW. Del square phi is equal to minus rho by F. It's called the Poisson's equation. Solution of the Poisson equation is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon triple integration rho v by r into dv dash. Okay. So you have seen the equation for potential. What is the equation for absolute potential? What is the equation for absolute potential for a point charge? For a point charge Q. So this is, I said this is the potential. Phi is nothing but what you have seen as V in EMW, electric scalar potential V. Okay. So what is the expression for V for a point source? What is the expression for V, electric scalar potential for a point source, point charge Q? What is the expression for potential V? What is the expression for potential, absolute potential for around a point source? Hello, are you hearing me?
Sir, it's Q by R.
It was Q by 4 pi epsilon R. Do you remember? Q by 4 pi epsilon R.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Don't you get the similar equation if you solve this? If you Q into dv is nothing but Q rho v into dv dash. This is charge density, volume charge density. So you get Q by 4 pi epsilon R. That is nothing but the expression for potential. Instead of giving us V, he has given it as pi. Instead of giving us V, he has given it as pi. So pi it is given as pi. So del square V minus rho by epsilon is called the Poisson's equation, and it has a solution of this type. So this equation and this equation are similar. This equation looks similar. Everything is Jz is also a scalar. Here rho by epsilon is also a scalar. Az is a scalar and phi is a scalar here. So the solution are equal. So the solution of Az, comparing this equation, solution of this equation, and if you will find out the solution of this equation will be Az of mu by 4 pi Jz by r into dv dash. So are you able to understand equation 9? Equation 9. So have you got this equation 9?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this is for what? This is for static case. That is K is 0. K or beta is 0. Equation 9 now solution of a wave in the static case, K is equal to 0. For time harmonic situation, we multiply by e raised to the power of minus jkr. That has been discussed here. You can see for time varying situation, static Az into e raised to the power of minus jkr. So for time varying situation, we multiply by e raised to the power of minus jkr. So Az will be like this. This is the actual solution. So have you got how to get equation A from J? How to get equation from A from J? Expression for A from J. J is the source. Here J is Jz. Okay. J is Jz. E raised to the power of minus jkr into dv dash. What is the unit of J here? J is amperes per meter square. Amperes per meter square. Okay. And e to the power of jkr, what does it represent? It represents the delay. Delay for the wave to take travel from the source to the point r theta phi. That point e to the power of minus j. This represents the phase delay of the wave to travel a distance of r. Okay, that is understood, no? 2 pi by lambda. For lambda distance, the phase change is 2 pi. So for r distance, it is 2 pi by lambda into r. So k is nothing but 2 pi by lambda. So this represents the phase delay for the wave to travel from the source to the point. Is it clear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So you have understood equation 10. So if all the three components are present, here we have considered only Jz. If Jx is also present and Jy is also present, then we treat it separately. Del square Ax. In the above, we assume that current also is present in the y and x direction. In the x direction, del square Ax plus k square Ax is equal to minus mu Jx. And del square Ay plus k square Ay is equal to minus Jy. So Ax will be this form, solution of Ax. On the similar lines, we show Ax is equal to this. And Ay is equal to this solution of Ay. So in general, we add the, if you want a general solution, vectorially add the individual components. So like this, J, here J is equal to xjx, axjx plus ayjy, azjz, like that. So if the point source is not located at the origin, point source is located at some other point, then the distance is like this. The observation point is small r from the origin and capital R from the source. So in that case, this one is, suppose source is present at x dash y, which is away from the source, a of x by z is equal to mu by 4 pi triple integration j x dash y dash z dash e to the power of minus jkr dv dash by r. R represents distance between x, y, z and x dash, y dash, z dash, capital R. So have you understood till this much solution of the wave equation thoroughly? So wave equation A is in terms of J. A is the magnetic vector potential, J is the electric current source. It is unit dimension is amperes per meter square. So have you understood thoroughly this derivation? Very important because there are only 2 derivations in this chapter, 3 derivations. So it is very easy to, very important because one question will definitely come from this part and it is easy. You have to thoroughly understand that. I hope all of you have understood.
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you want to go, we have not discussed solution of M in terms of M. It is on the similar lines. Instead of mu, we have epsilon. Instead of A, we have F. Instead of J, we have M. So on the similar lines, you can derive the equation for M. We will not give it in the notes because it is similar. So on the similar lines, you have to do. Everything works out similar manner. So we are not discussed. But you should be in a position to solve equation for F in terms of M. Okay. Is it clear? So if you consider the wave equation, del square F, k square F, epsilon M, and we get the solution of this form. On similar lines, we have to proceed. So, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, I am not discussing this because it is on the similar lines we get this solution. So, you should be in a position to do it independently if you are given this problem. Derives, obtain the solution for F in terms of, so problem can be like this. Obtain the solution of electric vector potential in terms of obtain the vector wave equation in terms of electric vector potential. So you have to vector wave and obtain the solution of the wave equation. Solution of the wave equation is this. For that, you have to go through all the steps which I discussed. In place of A, we have F, and in place of J, we have M. Okay. So if instead of representing current by current per meter square, if you express in current, then dV dash becomes dl dash. We have a wire, current flowing through a wire. If you have current flowing through a wire, instead of dV dash, it becomes dl dash. And instead of J, it becomes electric current IE. IE stands for electric, that's all. IE. Similarly, if magnetic current is expressed not in volts per meter square, but in volts. Then we have dl dash into Im magnetic current, x dash, y dash, z dash. So any questions on this?
Sir.
Okay, I have very few left to discuss today's class because we are going to finish the chapter 3 today. It's a very small chapter and I have nothing much to cover. Very less. I will go to the PPT. Have you understood fully the notes part fully? This is page number 11. Page number 12, there is nothing that has proved that whatever I discussed, curl of gradient of phi 0, that derivation has been done mathematically. Mathematically, it has been proved. So you can go through that quite silently after the class, but not required now. If you want it, you can go through. But you will also find in books on vectors, mathematical, any books on maths, describing vectors, you will find this proof. Okay, that is not a very important thing. I hope you know this. So, any questions regarding the notes? Please go through it and tell me if there is any question. I'll give 5 minutes time to discuss any questions you may have. It is 10:02 now. By 10:07 or 10:08, we'll again resume the class. Meanwhile, you can ask me any questions if you have. Please, I request all of you to please try out that vector wave equation in F and solution of vector wave equation in F. Solution of vector wave equation in F. Solution of vector wave equation in F. Also, you try it out. So, because it can be asked in exam. I'll just give you a break for 3 minutes. Okay, I will just come back and resume the class after 3 minutes. Okay. Okay, so shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I will exit from this notes. I will go through the PPT now. So I will exit for the time being. Then again, I leave the meeting and then I will rejoin because I have to open the PPT. It's not open, I think. Let me see if it's open. Oh, it's not there. Okay, I will just. Don't see it here. But exit for the time being. I'll let. Hello, all of you can see the PPT slide.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we have all discussed these things. Notes also I covered. So we will see what is left here. So this was this is what was discussed. Del square. So this one del square AR of AZ of R. Okay. So this was what was discussed. So this is this. Okay, we know you know this. So del square phi Poisson's equation, rho by epsilon. So you have this AZ is the solution of this equation is this del square AZ mu AZ. If you expand AZ del square AZ, you know how to expand. I explained that to you. Okay, K is not equal to 0, M equal to non-zero, you get this solution. K equal to 0 is this solution. K is not equal to 0 and not JZ is not equal to 0, you get this solution. And if you have AX and AY components, then you have this AX value, AY value, and AZ value. So all the three are present, then you vectorially add them. So this is, so if it is not at the origin, source is, this is for the source at the origin, dv dash. So dv dash not at the origin, so dv dash a different point. So in that case, this is capital R. When it is not at the origin it is small r. If the source is present at the origin, it's small r. And if it is not at the origin, it is capital R. You know what is small r and capital R. Okay, you know that. So can I go to the next slide? Is it clear? And here also it is capital R. Here also it is capital R because wave travels a distance capital R. And here it is small r, both the cases, both the places. This is wave, so current source at the origin, point source. So we have this capital R here, when this capital R, And if it is a electric current source, then we have this equation. This is magnetic current source. We have this equation. Electric current source. We have this equation. Again, same thing was discussed. Here the details was not given, so I had to discuss from the notes. Otherwise, I would have covered through this PPT only. So here J not equal to 0, M equal to 0. So you have this wave equation, solution in this form, HA in this form, EA in this form. And here EA can also be got like this. If you know HA, curl of HA is equal to J. J is 0 in the outside the region of the source. That is in the free space. J is 0. So this equation is valid. This equation is valid, free space. So you can find also EA even from this equation. Instead of this equation, we can also find from this equation. Or this is OR. Okay. So similarly, M not equal to 0 and J is equal to 0. We have this solution like this. EF is equal to minus 1 by epsilon curl of F. HF is given by this. Or there is one more solution. This outside the region of the source, M equal to 0. So we have this equation valid. This is from Maxwell's equation from Faraday's law for time harmonic fields. Okay. So HF is equal to curl of J omega mu. This is another way of instead of using this equation, we can also use this equation. So when both E and EF are present, ET is nothing vector addition of EA and vector addition of EF. So this is H total, E total. So here you have this. And for E, you have this. Or this. For E, we have this. Okay. And have you gone through? That's fine, no? So for H, this, I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
So now if it is a volumic distributed current densities, it is distributed over a volume, J is equal to amperes per meter square and M is equal to volts per meter square. Now there can be other distributions like surface currents. Okay, so if the volume distribution, then we have this equation where J is amperes per meter square and M is volts per meter square. Okay, this one. So now surface distribution, if you have Js amperes per meter and Ms volts per meter, if you have surface distribution of currents, then the equation gets modified as Js into ds dash. Ds dash here is the area. Okay, area of the current path. Okay. And here ds dash is also area when current is expressed as amperes per meter and magnetic current, electric current J is expressed as amperes per meter and magnetic current M is expressed as volts per meter. So surface currents, you have this expression. If it is line distributed current, then we have amperes and volts. Source. So we have this equation. DL dash. DL dash is the elemental length of the point source. Elemental length of the point source. Okay. We consider different points by doing this integration. We consider different points on the line carrying the current, and then vectorially add this. So A is the magnetic vector potential, F is the electric vector potential. So next we will consider far fields. Now these equations, what we have seen, can be applied for any region. Expression for E and F, E and H can be expressed for any region. Now we'll see where far fields, is there a simpler solution? Simpler equation, is there a simpler equation for far fields? Now we have seen in the second chapter, what is far field means R is equal to greater than 2d square by lambda. D is the largest dimension of the antenna. D is the largest dimension of the antenna. So R is greater than or equal to 2d square by lambda. That's what we have seen. So here, the solution had of the wave equation had e to the power of minus jkr by r. Now the phase term, e to the power of kr is the phase term. Okay, it represents the phase delay phase due to delay. There is another phase term j omega t. We are not considering that. That is due to time variation. This is due to space movement of the wave from the source to the point of observation. So this is the phase delay. So we have the r in the denominator. So this contributes for the amplitude part. This contributes for the phase part. Now if you take a far off point, see, you take this point. This is the point of source. So far away point will be like in this capital R, okay, direction. And this observation point from the source is small r direction. So difference between capital R and small r is what? R dash cos phi. What is R dash? This one. R dash is this distance. R dash. Okay, it is R minus R. Capital R minus, small r minus capital R. So R dash. So what is this additional distance? Because of by having the source at this point, x dash, y dash, z away from the origin. What is the additional distance the wave has to, the additional difference in distance is r dash cos phi. R dash cos phi. Okay, psi. R dash cos psi. Okay, that is this distance. So if you consider the phase amplitude, this r dash cos phi, because if it is a far off point, capital R and small r will be nearly equal. If it is a small far away point, capital R or small r will be nearly equal. This is applicable only for far fields where r is very large. So the difference as far as amplitude term is concerned, capital R and small r is nearly equal. Okay, because see, if you say for example 10,000 and 10,010, ratio of 1 by 10,000 and 1 by 10,010 will be nearly equal. Okay, so suppose this is 10,000, this is 10,010. So if it is equal, you can take it as small r, capital R is equal to small r. But in the phase term, this is difference is r minus r is r minus r dash cos phi. So this cannot be ignored because this, even though it's, this cannot be ignored because the wave, if r dash, see, for a small r dash, you may have so many number of wavelengths of the wave. For this much r dash cos phi, for r dash cos phi, you may have so many wavelengths of the wave because lambda is a small quantity. For when you discuss propagation through waves through an antenna, lambda is a small quantity. So r dash cos phi may have several wavelengths, and each wavelength there will be a phase change of 2 pi. So as far as phase term is concerned, you have to retain this. You can't treat capital R is equal to small r. You can't treat capital R is equal to small r. But you can consider this equation. You can treat that these lines are parallel. These lines are parallel, although they are not parallel, because if r is very large, you can treat capital R and small r lines are parallel. So you can take capital R is nearly equal to small r minus r dash cos phi. As you had cos phi. Have you understood this? Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Very good. So can I go to the next slide? Okay. Hello. Can I go to the next slide?
Yes, sir.
So R is greater than 2D square by lambda. Largest dimension of the D is the largest dimension of the antenna. So is there any simplified equations for EA and HA? Now there is a simplified equation. EA is just given by minus j omega A for theta and phi components. EA is just given by, so ER is nearly equal to 0 for far fields. ER is nearly equal. Now E theta is given by minus j omega A theta. E phi is given by minus j omega A phi. HA is AR, this equation you know. So for theta and phi components only. Okay, you get this equation. Now, this is a simplified equation only for far fields. For far fields, ER is equal to 0 and E theta, E phi is given by this expression. E theta minus j omega A theta, E phi minus j omega A phi. So, the proof of this equation, I will pass it on to you through WhatsApp. Okay, proof of this equation, I will give it to the CRs. And CRs will give it to you. It is a slightly big derivation. You get so many components there, terms, so many terms, 1 by R term, 1 by R square terms, 1 by R cube terms. So 1 by R terms is much large compared to 1 by R square terms and 1 by R cube terms. So because it is anyway far field distance, R is very large. So by taking that approximation, you can ignore 1 by R square terms, 1 by R cube terms, and so on. So that's how you get these simplified expressions. So I will pass on this derivation to you through WhatsApp. Okay. So HA is given by this expression. So HA, how do you can find out? HA is J plus curl E is equal to EA is equal to curl of HA is equal to what is the equation for HA? Curl of H is equal to curl of B. We have this E is equal to curl of B, curl of minus B. Sorry. We have this equation. 1 second. We got EA, HA. We got what was that equation we got? We got so you can find from this equation. You can definitely, it's not a difficult thing. You can find from this equation. Previous also. So this one, if you know EF, you can find HF like this. You know EF, you can find HF. And M is, and if you have, so using that equation, you can find the other quantity. So if you go to the previous slide, if you have a HA, you can find EA like that. So knowing one, you can find the other one. Okay. So I will pass on this thing to you. And the derivation of this is not given, but on the similar lines, you can proceed. On the similar lines, you can arrive at this equation. Here also, for magnetic current not equal to 0 and electric current equal to 0, HR is nearly equal to 0, ER is nearly equal to 0. So you can get the from that from that derivation which I give you notes which I will provide you. You can just derive these equations also. There in that equations also you have 1 by R term and 1 by R square, 1 by R cubed, and so on. So since the distance is very large, 1 by R square and 1 by R cube terms can all be neglected. So you get these terms. So right now it may not be clear to you. It is not given in this PPT, so I can't discuss that here. So, but I will give it to you, send it to you by tomorrow or today evening or tomorrow. Is that clear? So this is only applicable for far fields. That is where r is greater than 2d square by lambda for that distance. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Now we have two things here left, duality and reciprocity. Reciprocity will not be done, will not be covered because it is not required here. We can't cover too many details because this is not just a course on antenna, it is a course on microwave engineering. We can't spend time on reciprocity, it's not required for you. We'll just discuss duality now, duality theorems. Duality theorem. Duality. So here, dual equations for electric current J and magnetic current M. That means to say, if you have equations for J not equal to 0 and M equal to 0, we can arrive at equations for J is equal to 0 and M equal to 0 because they are dual equations. So how do we get a dual equations? We'll see. So if this is the equation, the dual equation is like this. EA is replaced by HF here, EA is replaced by HF, and HA is, mu is replaced by minus epsilon, minus EF. HA is represented by EF, HA is replaced by EF. We'll see that. So if you have this set of equations, we can arrive at this set of equations by using dual quantities. Dual quantities, we can arrive at equations, other set of equations. If you have one set of equations, we can arrive at other set of equations. Now, what are that relation, duality relation is given by this dual quantities for electric current J and magnetic current source M. So J not equal to 0, M equal to 0, these are the different quantities. J is equal to 0, M equal to, these are different. So EA you replace by HF, HA you replace by minus EF, J by M, A by F, E epsilon by mu, mu by epsilon, K by K, eta by 1 by eta, 1 by eta by eta. So if this set of equations relating to magnetic sources are given, you can get equations for electric sources by doing this opposite. HF you convert it to EA, minus EF you convert it to HA, M you convert it to J, F you convert it to A, and so on. So these are called dual equations. See, in the examination, suppose he asks you to derive the vector equation in terms of electric vector potential. Electric vector potential is F. And suppose you don't know how to derive, you know only solution of equation using A, vector wave equation in A. So you can use duality principle to convert A to F, that is electric current source to magnetic current source equation. So you can use this duality, principle or duality, this thing table here, whatever is given, conversions. You can use that to arrive at the dual equation. In case you forget to derive in one form, you can derive from the other form. Hello, ಹೇಳು. ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ, ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಂತ ಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ, ಪಕ್ಕ ಹೇಳು. Hello. Yes, tell me. Have you understood this?
Yes, sir.
So that completes this chapter. Any questions? There is no problem numericals in this chapter, only derivations. So have you understood?
Yes, sir.
That completes this chapter. So anything to discuss regarding midterm or assignment 5 or anything else? I don't want to discuss the reciprocity theorem because it is not required for you. If it was an antenna course, we would have done it, but it is course on microwave engineering. There are other topics also, so we can't spend time on this. So you may be asked to write a dual equation for a given equation. Equation may be given, and you may be asked to write the dual of that. So you have to mug up that table if it is necessary. So you have to mug up this or remember this, whatever way you want to remember. Okay. So anything else? Shall I take attendance now? Attendance.
Yes, sir.
I'll stop recording. Okay, then next chapter I will do in the next week, Friday. Is it fine? Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
So we are going to chapter 4. We are going to discuss antenna, different types of some linear wire antennas, and then going to find out the electric field using the principles what we discussed in this chapter, third chapter. Okay, thank you. You can leave now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.